Muranga Technical hoi. Bas tutamalizia na hiyo fire. Wacha kwanza nishukuru viongozi wote ambao wamefika hapa, wanafunzi na wazazi ambao wamefika siku ya leo. And let me start by appreciating the good work that has gone to making this institution what it is today. And in particular, I want to thank the hard work of the principal and management of this school, the chair and the board, which is chaired by my brother, Professor Kagwanja, a friend of mine for many years. And I think the parents and the students, you've done a good job in 4 years, moving from 0 to 2,000 students. And I am happy that today, out of that 2,000 students, 481 are graduating. Congratulations, we wish you all the best. And we are looking forward to your contribution to the development of our country. Let me appreciate the teaching staff and the non-teaching staff and all stakeholders. And let me say the government takes education seriously. The government of Kenya considers education as one of the pillars of our national development and transformation. That is why we are spending nearly 30% of all the resources of Kenya to fund education. Almost 30% of all the money that we collect in this country is funding education. For a long time, we've been doing 650 billion every year. This year, we are releasing to the Ministry of Education for funding of all schools from primary level to university, a record 702 billion Kenya shillings. That is money for paying teachers, running schools, running tertiary institutions, and also running universities. And that is not a small investment. And therefore, if there is anyone who had a doubt on where the government places education, look at the budget for education. It is the biggest single budget compared to all the ministries that are there in our country. Out of the 22 ministries, education alone takes 30% of all the money that we generate in Kenya. We, as government, in the last 3 years have made some positive strides in strengthening our education system. In 2022, during campaigns, it was clear that many people did not understand, and many people in Kenya were not happy with the way we were implementing the competence-based curriculum, CBC. In many places we went, the people of Kenya were asking us to abolish CBC in all the 47 counties. And that is why immediately President Ruto got into office, he formed the Presidential Working Party on Education Reforms. Through the report of that Presidential Working Party, I am proud to report we have been able to stabilize the curriculum of the new education system that was introduced some 6, 7, 8 years ago. And we have said that it is not just CBC, it is not just a curriculum, it is a whole system for educating a pupil, a student. And therefore, we have now renamed CBC to CBE. We have now transitioned that system from just a curriculum, from competence-based curriculum to competence-based education and training. In the process, we have also seen the transition from primary school to junior secondary school, and in January 2026, next year, 5 months from now, we are going to have the transition now from junior secondary school to senior school. We have said for the senior school, the last 3 years of high school, the students will concentrate on areas that respond to their talents and their interests in terms of their careers. And therefore, students will not be burdened with studying all the subjects as it was in the old education system. In the senior school, the last 3 years, they will spend studying subjects that relate to the pathway they have chosen for their career. We have 3 pathways. One of them is STEM, which is for students who want to specialize in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The second pathway is for those who want to study the social sciences, and the third one is for those who want to study for sports, arts, and the creative related disciplines, so that they spend the last 3 years of high school before they go to college on subjects that relate to them. I know there have been a bit of debate about mathematics, and what we have said is that in high school, the student will still study mathematics, but not mathematics in its pure form. Mathematics in its pure form will only be studied by those students in senior school who are in STEM schools and those who have chosen STEM pathway. For the others, they will study applied mathematics, which is a simple mathematics just to assist you in your lives. But as I said the other day, someone who is doing sports and arts as a pathway, no need for that student to study pure mathematics in senior school, but they can study simple mathematics to assist them just with their simple daily activities. So we are reforming the curriculum. But we are also increasing the infrastructure for schools, colleges, universities. In the last 3 years, the government of Kenya has built 23,000 classrooms in junior and senior schools, basically in secondary schools and primary schools as well, out of which 7,000 have been built through the national government CDF, and the other 16,000 have been built through the Ministry of Education. We are now in the process of building 1,600 laboratories to schools that do not have laboratories, especially those that will be in preparing students for STEM subjects. This is a huge investment in infrastructure. This administration, for the last 3 years, has employed the largest amount of teachers ever employed by any administration since independence. Before 2022, every year we used to employ between 4,000 and 5,000 teachers a year. We realized many schools don't have enough teachers, and it is affecting the quality of our education system. Because a good education system must be accessible, must be affordable, must be relevant, and must be of high quality. And the teacher is the guarantor of all those variables. And so in the last 3 years, by close of this year, December, we'll have employed 100,000 teachers, almost 30% of all the teachers employed in Kenya since independence. Since 1963 to 2022, the number of teachers employed by the national government, by the government of Kenya, was slightly over 300,000 teachers. For 60 years, 300,000 teachers. In 3 years, 100,000 teachers. A third of the teachers of Kenya by December will have been employed by this government of President William Ruto. And therefore, we mean business. When we talk about transforming our education system, we mean business. We have also attended to TVET, and I know that is where most of you here are interested in. But I spend time speaking about the other areas of our education because I know we have parents here and even new graduates, your brothers and sisters who are in primary school, junior school, secondary school. But for TVET, we have also been deliberate. In 2022 September, when President Ruto was sworn in office, we realized that there are more students in universities than in TVETs. While policymakers, education policymakers tell us that you should have more students in the TVETs and tertiary institutions than those that are in universities. We had only 297,000 students in all the TVETs in Kenya, and we have almost 1 million students in the universities. So we undertook certain policy and administrative changes to ensure we increase the enrollment of the students in TVET. I am happy to report today, 3 years later, today, 3 years later, to the month, we have raised the number of TVET students from 297,000 to 700,000. We target that number to reach 1 million by the end of this year and to reach 2 million in the next 1 year. Again, we have democratized the curriculum in the TVETs so that today we want both full-time students in TVETs, but you can also have other people who are already in industry, many of them in Juakali, but they are not formally certified, to study and get certified and qualify. That is why we have introduced the modularization of the TVET curriculum, which allows somebody who is running a workshop in town here in Maragua, who wants to have a certificate, a diploma in their areas of expertise, let's say mechanical engineering or automotive engineering. They can continue with their business, look for some little time, 3 weeks, 1 month, come and take one module, and then go back to work. When they are ready, they come and take another module. Then they go back to work the other time, another year, they come for another module until they accumulate enough modules for the course they are studying for and they get certified. The modularization, therefore, of the TVET curriculum is a game changer and will assist very many people in industry who are already practicing artisans and technicians to get qualified without having to stop their businesses and come full-time for 3 years, for 2 years, as has been the case. That is why, in addition, we have introduced the recognition of prior learning, which allows artisans, technicians, and other people who are talented in skills. We have people who have talents in electrical engineering, talents in mechanical engineering, talents in carpentry and plumbing, but they are and plumbing, but they have acquired that knowledge So the recognition of prior learning policy to spend all the years learning something which they already know. Quantified, and then they can be given the appropriate qualification. And we call that the recognition of prior learning. It is the practice work over. We are introducing a new policy. To strengthen the capacity of the teaching fraternity. And I have asked the minister here, once the new tutors are employed, to give priority to Muranga Technical Training Institute, because I have been informed by Professor Kagwanja and the principal, you still have gaps in the available teachers, especially those that are employed by the Ministry of Education. So we are in progress, recruiting more teachers. We are also changing the curriculum. We are modularizing the curriculum. We are attracting industry players to study in TVET through the recognition of prior learning and the dual training policy. We are also making steady progress in equipment of our TVET. And those who have spoken before me have spoken about the need for equipment, and I agree with them fully. And therefore, as the requests were being made, I want to say some of them will be implemented as soon as possible. Others will take time because of procurement and budgetary planning purposes. But I want to commit that the government will provide this institution with vehicles for the driving school. And we have agreed with the minister that the principal should write today formally to the Ministry of Education requesting for a new truck for training, and then the additional equipment we can donate as the MP for the area was saying. We can also look for old vehicles from other government ministries to come and support the driving school in this institution and other institutions across the country. But for a start, we will provide a new truck for the driving school of Muranga Technical Training Institute. The request also, which was made by the Member of Parliament for this area and the other leaders about equipment for hospitality, I also want to commit that we are in the tail end of our phase 2 equipment, TVET equipment program, and we will prioritize this institution so that we provide you with adequate equipment for your hospitality department. When the equipment is ready, we will ask Mheshimiwa wa Maua, Mheshimiwa Betty, Mheshimiwa Kihungi, Mheshimiwa Sabina to come and deliver those equipment on behalf. So we mean business, and we are focused. We know what we need to do. Some of the things we've done, others we are doing now. What we have not done, we will do it, because we still have 2 years before the next election. So we are committed to make TVET what it should be. We have also assured the funding model for higher education protects the funding of TVET so that you have enough money to keep students in school. And therefore, today, it is my joy to celebrate with you, those of you who are graduating. And before I forget, a request also has been made for the road. But Mheshimiwa wa Maua, I don't think that road is 700 meters. I think you were trying to make it shorter so that I think it is longer. I think it's longer than 700 meters. I think it's about 1 kilometer. So it's better to be accurate, because if you ask for 700 meters and the road is 1 kilometer, and the government approves 700 meters, we'll have a road that is not complete. Isn't it? So I think it's about 1 kilometer of road, isn't it? And also street lighting, isn't it? So again, we will work with Mheshimiwa and the other leaders of Muranga County to make sure that we provide the road, the lighting, the equipment for hospitality, the equipment for driving, and then we proceed with the other things. So we have clarity. Allow me before I go towards concluding, to also encourage the graduates. I think there is a lot of negativity, especially on social media and from politicians who are negative. Because leaders and influencers must create hope, not create despondency and create depression and discourage young people. We must have hope in young people, see the potential they have and value them, and deliberately look for solutions of creating enough jobs and income opportunities for our youth, as opposed to discouraging them, telling them there are no jobs, telling them there is no hope. I want to stand here as Deputy President of Kenya, graduates, and the rest of you who are trainees in this institution, and all the young people of Kenya listening to us today. I want to tell you that you are a treasure for our country. We value young people. You have the energy, you have the skills, you have youth, which many of us do not have. And the future of Kenya is dependent on you. And this government is leaving no effort towards creating opportunities for you and making as many of you as possible have a comfortable start when you leave college in terms of getting jobs and also having opportunities even to create jobs and do your own businesses. We are now running the affordable housing program across Kenya. That affordable housing program is to provide housing which many Kenyans could not have afforded. Housing at a cost that many of the people who want decent homes can afford. But it is also a job creation strategy. Beyond providing homes, it is also creating jobs for our young people. the majority of the people today employed in the various affordable housing projects across Kenya and market construction projects across Kenya, many of them are graduates of TVETs. Because for every affordable housing project, for every market we are constructing, for every hostel we are constructing, including the hostel we are constructing here, you have a plumber, you have an electrical engineer, you have an electrician, you have a mason, you have a fundi, we have all fundis, masons, plumbers, you have engineers, huko na watu hata ya mkono. But the majority of the people now running the affordable housing program are young people, and I am proud to report we have created jobs for 350,000 young people. Many of them are TVET graduates through the affordable housing program. And that program is not stopping. It's not stopping anytime soon. It is sustainable. It's a long-term program of this government, and we are targeting to increase the number of young people employed under the affordable housing program from the current 350,000 to 500,000 by the end of the year, and we want the number to reach 1 million young people by 2027. We also have another program for digital jobs. Many of you are using the YouTuber lab here in this institution. The president came here, promised 100 computers for the YouTuber lab. Your Mheshimiwa wa Mahua, Mheshimiwa Sabina, Mheshimiwa Betty, Mheshimiwa Kihungi, when they met the president as Muranga leaders, they pushed that this YouTuber lab be fully equipped. Already 30 computers are here. The remaining 70 computers are on the way. Young people are earning money on the internet because they have skills. They have technical skills in ICT. So they can go and do forex trading. They can go there and do website design, app development. They are earning money. They are students. We want to increase the number of ICT hubs in Kenya so that in the digital hub space, we increase the number of young people who are currently earning money from digital jobs. We increase that number from the current 180,000 in Kenya to 500,000 in a year, and to 1 million young people by 2027. So you have 1 million young people under affordable housing. Then we are also targeting 1 million young people under digital jobs. It is possible. It is very possible. We have a program we have rolled out called NYOTA, the National Youth Opportunities Training Transformation towards Advancement, sorry. That NYOTA program is funding small businesses. Many of them are run by graduates of TVETs. So your micro businesses, a small workshop somewhere of furniture or something, a bakery or something, some hospitality business. And we are saying youth-led businesses. In every ward, we will get 70 businesses, which will receive support from the government of Kenya of 50,000 shillings to expand on the business. These are initiatives, NYOTA, the Affordable Housing Program, the Digital Jobs Program. And then finally, we have another program we are calling Kazi Maju. In Kazi Maju, there is a high demand for TVET graduates. Many countries don't have enough electricians. They don't have enough plumbers. They don't have enough mechanics. They don't have enough drivers. And over the last 3 years, we've been able to support 430,000 young Kenyans to work overseas, earn money, send money home, and build the economy of Kenya. We want to increase that number from the current 430,000 to 1 million young people working abroad under the Kazi Maju program so that they can go get dollars and send home. And after a few years, they can always return home and invest here. So those are the programs we are running. Kazi Maju, Kazi Mtandaoni, Kazi kwa ground ya affordable housing. We have even job program for others who are not as qualified as you are, like the Kazi Mutahi program. The Kazi Mutahi program, we are starting with 200,000 young people across Kenya. We have already employed 45,000 to clean Nairobi River. Nairobi River now looks different. So we want to take that in every county, in every sub-county. Again, with time, in the next 2 years, we can have another 1 million young people under the Kazi Mtaani Climate Works program. Tell me 2 years from today, 5 years after the election of President Ruto, if we can get 1 million young people under Kazi Mtaani Climate Works, 1 million young people under affordable housing jobs, 1 million young people under Kazi Mtandaoni digital jobs, 1 million young people under the affordable housing and Kazi Maju program. Hiyo si itakuwa tu tamu. So we are on course. The people who are making noise have no idea. We have already covered ground, and the remaining ground will cover it. And we will come with statistics. When we come to Muranga, we will say we have taken 1 million young people overseas to study. And out of the 1 million, the number that comes from Muranga is 140,000, and we will arrange them according to their constituencies and the wards and the villages they come from. Yes, so that tunakuja tunasema mtoto wa fulani, alafu tunauliza ni fire si fire. Yeah, it's as easy as that. So don't be young people. Don't allow people who have had their time in life. The old people like myself, they have had their time, they have educated their children, they have run businesses. They are trying to make you feel defeated and preaching hopelessness on you. I want to tell you, you are the hope of Kenya. We will go out of our way to create opportunities so that that hope can be realized. Musiwe na wasiwasi. And we will come with data. Kama ni watu ya affordable housing, majina yao ni hii. Per village, per ward, per constituency, per county. Wale wengine nao wakuja na data yao. So finally, wanafunzi, because I know you have a long day ahead, you want to go and celebrate with your loved ones, your parents, your guardians. We want to leave it there. But I had Wamaua. Oh yes, I almost, yes, yeah, Wakoyo. Agreed. It is true Gakoigo Stadium is supposed to be upgraded. It is true your leaders met the president and reminded him of that pledge. And it is true also, we will build Gakoigo Stadium. And therefore, you give us like 2 months, we finish the procurement process. I am the one who will bring the contractor for Gakoigo. Hiyo sitatumana, mimi ndio nitakuja na contractor. Na hiyo kwa sababu sitaki ingizwe siasa pale, hiyo itajengwa na a very good contractor na itasimamiwa na Kenya Defence Forces. Yes, utaki mchezo. We don't want to bring a contractor hapa alafu aanze kutuongeleza Kiswahili na Kiingereza na kampeni na karibia. So I will bring the contractor myself. Na nitakuja na watu wa Kenya Defence Forces na waziri wa ulinzi na PS wa defense, tutakuja nao hapa. Si namna hiyo? Si mambo ni namna hiyo? Sasa ile imebaki ni moja hapa. Nimesikia huyo barabara tulimaliza. Ile ya Ishagaki. It's done. Don't worry. Sasa ati nilisikia huyu mheshimiwa Maua. Na hao viongozi ni viongozi wazuri. Huyu wa Maua wakiwa na Betty wakiwa na Sabina, wakiwa na Kihungi, wakiwa na Veronica Maina, wametetea hii serikali, wameng'ang'ania hii serikali, na hii matunda yote mnaona serikali kileta hapa ni kwa sababu ya hao viongozi ambao wamesimama na hii serikali. Kwa sababu wamejua wasipotafutia watu yao maendeleo hawatakuja hapa 2027 kupeana mastori. Ama namna gani? Hao viongozi ni fire si fire. Ni fire si fire. Ni noma si noma. Huyu wa maua anatosha. Anatosha wa maua. Ni wa maua anatosha. Huyu Bete anatosha. Bete anatosha. Na huyu Sabina Chege anatosha. Na huyu mbunge wa Kangema anaitwa Kihungi. Na hao MCS wetu ni fire si fire. Noma si noma. Hao majenzi wanatakanga hii ya mbwekse. Mnatakanga hii ya mbwekse. So tuendelee namna hiyo. So we'll continue reforming TVET. We'll continue reforming our education. We'll continue employing teachers. We'll continue equipping schools. That is how you transform a country. So hii stadium tutajenga, the road, the lighting, the equipment of hospitality department, equipment of the driving department, and all the other requests that you have made. Si namna hiyo? So ya mwisho, hao waheshimiwa nilisikia wakisema ati kuna bash. Hao wamewapangia bash. Wamefanyia pati, nyinyi mapati. Walisema wamewafanyia. Walisema wanangojea masaa waliwafanyia. Si walisema. Si nilisikia Bete sawa hapa akisema ameo. Ama alikuwa ananichochea. Alikuwa anachochea DP afanye kitu. Na yeye ni fire. Kumbe huyu Bete ni fire. Huyu wa maua ni fire. Ni moto. Waendelee wasiendelee. Ati sasa mnataka bash. Lakini sasa vile tafanya ni sawa, tumekubali vile waheshimiwa wamesema, kwa sababu hawa wanakuwa na nyinyi kila siku. Mimi ndio niko hapa leo, si ndio? Si wanachoma jeshi kila siku. Lakini mimi unajua leo ndio nimekuja. Nikiwasimamia iko makosa. Si nisimamia hao waheshimiwa leo, kwa sababu wako na nyinyi kila siku. Nifanye ile kitu. Comrades power. Comrades power. Comrades power. Nifanye hiyo kitu. Nifanye ile kitu. Nifanye. Na mbona mlikuwa baridi hivi? Ama hiyo maneno ndio ilikuwa imefanya baridi? Naona sasa umechemuka. Alafu niwaulize sasa, tukifanya namna hii na tuajiri walimu na tulete hiyo mambo ingine tumesema, alafu hii mambo ingine ya bash tufanye, iko swali tena? Kuna swali ingine? Sinifaya ama itakuwa tutamu? Are you sure? Ama mnanipanga tu? Ni fire si fire. Ni fire si fire. Noma si noma. Bas, kwa hivyo kwa heshima yenu, hata wazazi. Ala, si hata wazazi wako pale. Si hata nimeona vijana wa bodaboda pale. Bodaboda power. Bodaboda power. Bodaboda power. Bodaboda power. Si hata wazazi nao. Wazazi power. Wazazi power. Leo nimepatikana jameni. Comrades power. Lakini sasa tutaanza na comrades kwa sababu siku ni yao leo. Tunawio. So mimi nataka mniruhusu, kwa sababu nilikuwa nimeeleza mheshimiwa kuna shughuli mahali. Mheshimiwa wa maua ndio nataka niwache hapa, na hako na maneno ya comrades, hako na maneno ya wazazi, hako na maneno ya zizi zote, hata boda boda. Niendelee nisiendelee? Niendelee nisiendelee? Kwa hivyo mimi niko hapo, na wazazi wenu wamekubali tuendelee na hii mambo ya serikali, na hata nyinyi wanafunzi muunge mkono serikali, kwa sababu hiyo ndio inashughulikia maslahi yenu. Mtu mwingine asikuja hapa na stories za jaba ati anawasumbua na hana solution, asaidii chochote, asaidii mupate chochote. So I think tuko sawa sawa, na mimi nitarudi hapa siku nyingine. Si namna hiyo? Si namna hiyo? Nimekaribishwa tena? Nimekaribishwa tena? Na wazazi peke yao ama hata na comrades? Hata comrades? Hata comrades? Comrades power. Comrades power. Wazazi power. Wazazi power. Boda boda power. Boda boda power. Fire si fire. Noma si noma. Naomba tusimame kwa wimbo wa taifa jameni.
Asanteni sana, tafadhali naomba tuketi kwa utulivu.